Hello, parents, caregivers, and formators. I want us to look at formation and upbringing of a child between 6 and 11 years of age. We will first of all look at the main traits they exhibit. They are children, they are still growing. It is important to note that this is the most important formative stage of life. This is when they acquire their character, when they learn everything that will lead them in life. So we need to be very, very intentional about giving them the proper formation. That's why I've always encouraged you to follow us on YouTube at Felicity Okoli. You will gain everything you need in the formation of your children and the children under your care. There are many other parenting tips that will help you at every stage of your child's formation. Now, what are the main traits we see in these children between 6 years or 5, some develop early, to 10 or 11 years? They are known to pursue new friends. And what do they mean by these friends? The people they can play with, the people that they can take turns with. Most often, they are jealous of their siblings. They feel they are being either suppressed or they are not given the utmost love and care. It is natural. These things are not yet a problem. That's why we are talking of what we can do in order not to allow them to become a problem in their formation. They can understand the consequences of their behavior. That's why when they do something that they know that dad or mom or their caregiver will frown at, they will pretend being shy or feeling remorse, so they know when they do the wrong thing. They can express how they are feeling. You can hear them say, "Mommy, my head is paining me. Mommy, my stomach is paining me." Or mommy, any part of the body. They can express how they feel. They understand their feeling at this stage. They can show empathy. In as much as I said earlier that they feel jealous of their sibling, but if anybody is in pain, you see them showing empathy. They are very empathic. They can compete in games. Some of them can play and compete in games and either win or lose. They show interest in clubs, sports. They can form teams. Like they are majorly the children in primary school. One team can play against another and they enjoy telling jokes. They can role play as if acting a drama. They can one of them can be acting the mom, the other acting the dad, the other acting baby. They will be cooking with sand and whatever that is around them. They can help in doing chores in the home. This is very important. Parents don't feel that, hey, she's still a baby or he's still a baby. Give them things to do. They have energy. They can do it. They learn from that age. And in some homes, they keep forming the girl child and leave the boy child. This is wrong. You have to form all of them. If you are forming a good wife, you should also form a good husband. So the formative age, this age is very important. So you should be intentional in their formation. And they are very active. They play a lot. And it is very good for their growth and development and even their brain development. It is very, very important. And you see that children who are not as active, they become obese, they grow very fat, and sooner or later they start having heart problem because the heart is working so hard as to pump to the big body. Meanwhile, the heart is still a young one. So we shouldn't allow our children to be obese. They should be active. The children of this stage complain a lot. We teachers, they will come to you up to, in fact, if you keep allowing them, they will not stop complaining. This person pinched me. This person said I am stupid. This, they keep complaining is part of that stage. The complaint of pain is still part of the development because the growth is faster than the tendon in their body. So sometimes they feel pain at the joints. You should observe it and touch it to know how painful. If it is if you notice that it is something to notify a doctor, you take the child to hospital. But if it is something that you can rub any of the pain relief and the child feels better, you do that. That pain is more on those who are growing very fast. There are some children who grow faster than the others, and they are very, very, very emotional about peer acceptance. When any of their friend or their group says, you are no longer a friend, we don't want you here again, you see them crying, crying and complaining. At this stage, many of them lie, depending on how the parents frown at this at the toddlerhood stage. But lying is very common with them. So you should try and be conscious of it and stop it. Cheating, stealing are very common among them. So as to see if they can maneuver the family rule. You see, if the rule is nobody tells lie here, sometimes they try to see whether they can maneuver. Then how do we handle them? How do we form them? That role play you see they do is not a bad thing. Observe how they do it, and you can correct certain things and teach. That role play shows how they see you as their mom or their dad. You can see that some of them, when they are doing this role play, some of them that play the mom can be naggy. Check yourself. Probably you may not know it, but I've seen you as nagging all the time. When they play the dad's role and the dad in their play doesn't want anybody to talk and is always reading the phone or newspaper or whatever, check yourself. That's what they have observed you do over the years. Encourage and teach them to express their feeling instead of being moody. Let them be cheerful. Praise and compliment them when they do something good. For instance, if they arrange their toy or their room, praise them. Good job, my son or my daughter. You are doing well. Keep it up. High five. Things like that. Establish clear family rules like no fighting in this house, no jumping on the bed or on the furniture, and things like that. Start early. Start early to not just making rules, but ensure that those rules are kept. Every family should have a standard. Use positive disciplinary measures. If you want to know the ones that are positive disciplinary measure, you can check our shorts at Felicity Okoli. There is a video there that talks about the positive disciplinary measures to be used for children of this age. Encourage them to have friends is part of their development and to play with their friends. Accept them and tolerate when they do something you don't like. They are learning. After all, human beings are social beings. There is no place he or she can live alone. So they start learning how to live and tolerate other people. Insist that they do the right thing, they do things right. If a child has packed the toys and didn't pack it well, insist that that child show the child the way to do it and then allow him to do it. Insist. Not anyhow, they just throw it into the box, you don't care. We are forming them. We need to start early to insist that they do things well. If they don't dress properly, don't accept. If they are putting their belts, they should put it well. If the girls are putting a ribbon on their hair, they should do it well. So we start early to teach these things. Good manners, courtesy. We have videos at Felicity Okoli that has talked about courtesy, how to be nice to people and the advantages we gain from that. Provide enough playing ground for the children. You see, this living in flats or living in small spaces is not the best for the children, but that notwithstanding, you should provide where they can play. You can raise things up so that they have enough space to play wherever you want them to play. Playing is part of their development. Peer influence should not cut the boundary of the family norms that my friends say or my friends want, should not make the family rules and norms not kept. Deal with lying, stealing privately. It's not the whole family come together. Oh, let us talk about this. Children change more for better when they are taught or corrected privately, because if you expose them, it has some psychological implications on the child. Teach the child by your own example. If you are lying, there's no need expecting your children to be saying the truth. You may say, after all, I have reason for lying. No, they are noticing, you know. We have talked about this lie in one of our videos. You can check what was discussed there. Any punishment should be correcting what the child did. It should not be above what the child did or just to inflict pain on the child. Give your children time and attention. That all these things can have effect is that you are there. We know that you have to go to work. We also have video how you can balance work and home. Check it out at Felicity Okode on YouTube so that you get some clue on how to balance taking care of the home and being a professional. We learn every day, everybody learns. So you can do it well. You can balance the two and still achieve the best. Keep close communication with the school. You are not raising the child alone. You are working in conjunction with the school. When the school calls you to come, go to the school and know their teacher, ask questions. You may get some information, you may give some advice that can help in the formation of your child. Nobody can do it alone. It's a teamwork. If the home and the school are working in the same direction, they are likely to get the best results. Also know the parents of the friends of your children. You should know them. At least you know whether they are the people who think the way you are thinking, who want whatever you want in your child. If you are raising your child and the child's friend is talking of another style of life that you don't want, you should act on that and do the right thing. These children need enough rest. In some homes where they allow the child to be watching films or television till 1 or 12 is wrong. They need enough sleep, at least 12 hours of sleep, or as they grow, it reduces to 8, 9, including the siesta. So they need sleep for them to grow well and for their brain to develop well and function well. So with these tips, it will help in the raising of a child of 5, 6 to 10, 11. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video to parents who need this help. Thank you.